Because God has an assignment for you, that was the reason why God allowed you to be created. The moment we realign ourselves to our assignment, life becomes meaningful, we'll be productive, we'll be fulfilled, and be thriving on the way and the route that God has designed for us. Now, this morning, we are looking at the first thing in this subject, how to become successful in life. And the first thing we are looking at is called assignment. Everybody say assignment. Say it very well. Now, assignment, we have some few words that are synonymous to assignment. We call it chore, and we also call it duty. We also call it job and task. So assignment is a mighty thing that many of us really need to understand. Now, without any assignment for you, you will not be living on planet Earth. Now, because God has an assignment for you, that was the reason why God allowed you to be created. Now, let's look at a note for assignment. And let us consider that note this morning. God is good. Assignment is the reason why you are created. The most unfortunate thing is not failure or disappointment. The most unfortunate thing is if you don't know the reason why you are created. Many of us seated here this morning don't know the reason why we were created, and we allow ourselves to be carried away by all forms of doctrines, by all forms of life, by all forms of norms or what is in the vogue. But the moment you discover your assignment on planet Earth, your life will never be the same again. You will start to be happy. You will start to do things, and you will not be carried away by anything. Your assignment will consume you. Your assignment will show you the way. Your assignment will empower you, and your assignment will bring pleasure unto you. And automatically, once you have discovered your assignment, success is guaranteed. Once you have discovered your assignment on earth, success is guaranteed. Now let's go further again. We still have more. Many you see today don't know the reason why they were created. Listen, you are created because of your assignment, and until you discover the reason why you are created, you will not have peace. It's not a curse. You will not be happy, and you will not be fulfilled. Now you can see some of us, at times we are not happy in life. It's not that somebody has offended us. It's not that somebody stepped on our toes. Something within us is not happy. Our spirit man is not alive because we have not been able to start what God sent us to come and do on planet Earth. Now I want to speak to the youth coming out, the young one. Now it's not the material thing first, it's assignment first. Because the youth of today, they believe so much in material things. But let me tell you, when you discover your assignment and you are consumed, and you give passion, and you are obsessed with that assignment, most of the things you need will come to you. But what is the essence, or what is the importance of now chasing material things from the beginning? That material thing will elapse. All material things you can see on earth, God has attached expiring date. So what matters in life is your assignment. When you discover your assignment, you'll be happy. You'll be fulfilled. You may not have a lot of money. You may not have big mansion. But deep down within you, You are really fulfilled because you have discovered your assignment. For example, I never believed I'm going to be a pastor in my life. I was a banker. I thought banking job was my assignment. But the one who created me, redirected me, and realigned me back to my assignment. Man, and let me tell you something. Before I became even a pastor, God spoke to me. I heard it emphatically. He said, "You, my son, your ministry is going to be like the ministry of Apostle Paul." Now, before I resigned from the banking industry, before I became a pastor and joined the ministry, I knew from onset that I am a missionary. That my assignment is to move from one place to another place to preach the gospel. And I feel fulfilled. Anytime I go out to preach, I never get tired. You never see me complaining. And when I return back, I feel so happy. And you see joy booming out of me. Now, you may think that traveling from one nation to another nation is very, very easy. It's not easy. It's not a glamorous thing. Because at times, you pass through a lot of things. But because it's my assignment, I don't mind. I don't bother. It never moves me. You can never see me complain. At times we go to some nation. You see the way you will be treated before you enter. But I will never talk. I will never get offended. It's my assignment. I have an assignment to do. I have something to deliver. Now we are going to look at something this morning. And I believe if we start to take it from this point as a church, then we will be able to have people in our midst. You discover the reason why you are created. I have discovered the reason why I was created. Now we will all align ourselves to our assignment. The moment we realign ourselves to our assignment, life becomes meaningful. We'll be productive. We'll be fulfilled. We'll be happy. And one of the things that God will eradicate from the church, envy will be the things of the past. We will not compete with each other. We will now be toiling and be thriving on the way and the route that God has designed for us. Now let's look at the note again. Now listen. It is about fulfillment, not about material things. Assignment is about fulfillment, not about material things. Now, many of us, we put the cart before the horse. Some of you young people, even elderly people also do the same. They want to go into some certain thing. They started counting their gain. Somebody said, don't count your chicken before they were hatched, because you may not know the numbers of chicken you may come across. We put the cart before the horse, and that's where the problem comes from. Discover your assignment first. Maybe your assignment is hospitality. Maybe your assignment is into transportation. Maybe your assignment is into aviation. Maybe your assignment is into ministerial work. Maybe your assignment is into confectionaries. Maybe your assignment is into fashion. Maybe your assignment is into musical industry. You must discover your assignment. Discovery of your assignment distinguishes you completely. Discovery of your assignment makes you to be happy, make you to grow fast and bring knowledge unto you. And in that field, you become a master. Many today, they are born again Christian. You see them in the house of God, but they don't know their assignment. Don't be a carbon copy of another person. Many of us, we like to be a carbon copy. When we are young, we call it copycats. You want to copy somebody. Now, you can only copy somebody if what you desire, that person has achieved it. If that same assignment that God has given to you, then you can copy that person. But if you copy somebody and that assignment is different from your assignment, there will be problem. Why are we fighting? Why all this rat race? Why are we in a race? And we are running all the time. And we want to show ourselves that I'm better than you. It's because we have not discovered our assignment. Now let's see one thing. Look at what God told Jeremiah. In Jeremiah 1:5, I believe God really helped Jeremiah. And I believe God will help every one of us here this morning. It was God who helped Jeremiah to discover his assignment. And look at what God said to him. He said, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou comest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nation. So when God was having dialogue with Jeremiah, God told Jeremiah emphatically from the beginning that Jeremiah, your assignment, the reason why I formed you, the reason why I created you to be a prophet unto the nations. So Jeremiah really need to thank God. He really need to give God the praise for showing him the way. Now, maybe you are not created to be a prophet. Maybe you have been created to be a builder. Or you have been created to go into buying and selling. Now, if it is buying and selling, what type of buying and selling God assigned you to do? Not all kinds of things that comes your way. Not that because you have seen somebody that has put up a mansion or he has bought so many cars and the same, then you now made a U-turn and said, this is what I wanted to do. No, that is not life. Now you see young men in this last day now, because they heard that they are paying a lot of money to footballers. I have seen parents who are urging their children. They don't even urge them to go to school. They are only urging them to become footballers because they will be paying them $50 million, something million. It's not about money. It's about fulfillment. Can you imagine? About a few years ago, a woman came to me with all her children, all the way from Nigeria. And God blessed this woman. All her children were brilliant. She had about 3 ladies, 3 girls, and 1 boy. And that boy, and the woman told me, Pastor, please pray. I want this boy to go and play football. Then I asked the boy, what did you have from your WAEC? The boy said, I have 9 A's. Then I told the woman, I said, you are a wicked woman. I said, because many of you women, you think about material things too much. You wanted to use the boy so that when he starts to play football, he can start bringing money to you. I said, why can't you struggle? Somebody who have had 9 A's, why can't you allow this boy to go to university and have his BSc, his first degree? And also maybe he can also further and have his master. Maybe he can also further and have his PhD. Maybe one day there will be a vacuum in his nation or in his constituency. They may need somebody to represent them, and they can now call upon him, and he will be able to save his people. And the woman said, that's what everybody is doing now. Everybody, they are playing football. I say, if everybody is playing football, does that mean that your son too must play football? A woman also came to me one day and brought her son. He said, Pastor, can't you see that my son is very tall? I want my son to go to America to play basketball. I said, get out of my office. I told the woman in front, I said, come on, get out of my office. Now, many of us, we are Christians. But many of us have not been able to come in contact with somebody who can teach us and show us what God has designed for us. And that's why we are just ordinary church goer. And we don't have potential. We don't have substance that we can show to the world and tell them that you cannot ridicule me. I am somebody. God created me for a purpose. But many of us believe that, being born again and because I'm speaking in tongues, it's good to speak in tongues. But it's good for you to discover who you are. If you have not discovered who you are, you'll be carried away. You'll be envious of people. I can't tell you precisely. I'm telling you deep down me, I don't envy people. I don't care whatsoever you have. I don't care the numbers of buildings you have built. I don't care the numbers of cars you have bought. I don't care the amount you have in your bank account. It's none of my business. Since I have discovered my assignment, I synchronize myself to my assignment and I run with my assignment. And I feel fulfilled. Not that if I go to mission to preach, not that they always give me money. No. Not that everybody contributed money for me to bring back to Ghana. No. Not that I raise special offering that they should give me, I take back to where I'm coming from. No. But I'm fulfilling my assignment. But one thing I discover, anytime I fulfill my assignment, when I return back, maybe in another nation, somebody will call me. Oh, Pastor, I've been trying to get you. Are you around now? I have just sent this to you as a blessing. Or somebody come to me and say, this is what the Lord said I should come and give to you. Because I fulfill my assignment. It's all about assignment. Life is all the beginning of success. If you want to become a successful person, listen to me carefully. It's not rat race. It's just about assignments. You must discover your assignment. But I will tell you, many of us, our assignment is staring at us, but we don't know that that is our assignment. That thing that grieves you so much is your assignment. That thing that you find it, you are possessed with passion, is your assignment. When you start to convert your assignment to passion, and you are passionate concerning your assignment, benevolence will come to you. So let's start from somewhere. Am I making sense to somebody this morning? Now, this is the real thing that we need. Now, when you discover assignment, you will never bother and fight with people. You will never bother and say you'll be roaming about. Some of us, we roam about aimlessly because you don't have an assignment. Some people will just call you, it's happening there. And you ask them, where? They say, it's happening at Kumasi. They say, I'm going with you. How can somebody with his or her assignment, somebody just walk to you now, and that person tells you it's happening there, and you now say, okay, I'm going with you? Then that means you don't have an assignment. You cannot just come and walk to me now and tell me it's happening in Bogatanga. Then I'll say, I'll follow you. I'll tell you, no. It doesn't work like that. I have an assignment, and I must keep my assignment. I must do my assignment. Assignment is your duty. Assignment is your job that you must do diligently. And when you do it diligently, you'll be blessed. You will become somebody. Now let's look at a lot of things that we need to consider. Jeremiah had to thank God because God quickly revealed to him what he wanted him to do. You too can talk to God to reveal what he wanted you to do. Jeremiah 33 verse 3. Now, one of the greatest prayer you can be praying is to be asking God. Jeremiah 33 verse 3 says, look at it. It said, call unto me, and I will answer thee, and show you great and mighty things which thou knowest not. When you call unto God. Some of us walking in the corporate environment, maybe that's not our assignment. But some of us, because we just love the way people dress in that corporate assignment environment. That's why some of us found ourselves in a corporate environment. Some of us, maybe you are not for corporate environment. I was working in the banking industry, and one of my colleagues, she knew how to cook very well. She's a lady. Now she will now cook and package it and start to supply everybody. And it got to a time, other branches now stretched their hands and started calling her to send food to them because she knew how to cook very well. One day I told her, why not go and open a wonderful restaurant and sit there and run it? You will make it, than just looking at figure here and signing checks. This is not your assignment. Now we want to consider 7 sub-headings now. And from these 7 sub-headings, you will discover who you are. And if you discover who you are, don't wait for anybody. Just switch on the current and run with it. And run with it. Many of us that they call paupers, we are not paupers. Many of us that they call poor men or poor women, we are not. We were very, very rich in the realm of the spirit. But because we have not discovered the reason why we are created, that's why the riches are not coming. It is your discovery that guarantees your recovery. When you discover, you recover. Not everybody will travel to overseas, but some people, they need to travel to overseas. Not everybody will do the same job. But let's look at it now. Number 1, you are created to solve problems. Now look at Jesus Christ and look at what John said about Jesus. John, beloved, was telling us, he said, for this purpose, the Son of God, let me start from the beginning. He that committeth sin is of the devil, for the devil sinned from the beginning. For this purpose, for a purpose. For what purpose were you sent? For what purpose were you created? For this purpose, the Son of God was manifested, that he might destroy the works of the devil. Can't you see that when Jesus was living on earth, he focused completely on his assignment? When last did you hear that Jesus bought something? To an extent that he did not even add undo currency. He made his best friend, that they were born in the same environment, to be his accountant. When last did you hear that Jesus bought a land? When last did you hear that Jesus built a house for himself? Who was the girlfriend of Jesus? Who was his wife? How many children did he have? He focused completely on his assignment. What assignment? To destroy the works of the devil. Not that temptation did not come his way. Not that people did not say some certain thing. But he did not allow that. Why did Jesus come to this world? To live in form of a mortal being. To show you that you have an assignment, and if you focus on your assignment, you cannot be diverted. And you will get to your destination. I pray this morning, you will get to your destination. Now, as we are seated here this morning, what problem are you solving? Now, I'm solving a problem. And what is the problem I'm solving? I'm solving spiritual problem. I'm also solving the problem of ignorance spiritually. Opening your eyes to what you need to know. I will teach you. I will expose things to you. That's my assignment. Automatically, because God has laid a foundation that when you come to church, you must pay your offering. You must pay your tithe. From that proceed, I also take care of myself and take care of the people under me. That's an assignment. To every assignment, God has attached provision. To every assignment, God has attached enough and adequate provision. Don't copy people. Don't compete with people. The only way you can compete with people is when you are in the same field and you see that they are doing better than you. Then you go and make research and upgrade or repackage your things. If you are not solving problem, I must confess to you in a simple way and with due respect, you cannot have money. You can pray. You can bring your bed and come and sleep on the altar. You can tell us to leave you in this church and be living here every day. That does not mean you will be rich. But the day you start to solve problem, money comes.